Hey guys, it's Alexander Williamson here with the secret history inside of your aquarium. I'm just going to share with you a real easy way to make an aquarium or vivarium, flower display, I don't know, whatever you want to call this. But essentially what we have here is some plants that live in the water and some that live out of it and some that are going to be immersed. And we have red meteor minnows here. And what these are is they're white cloud minnows from China. And originally the white cloud minnow was discovered by a Boy Scout up in the mountains of China. And due to over harvesting and over collecting out of the creeks and streams and lakes of the region where they were found in the 1920s and 30s for the pet trade, they became endangered. And then later on, through damming of their habitats and pollution, as well as just, like I said, over collection and then collapse under the other pressures, they disappeared. And by the 1980s, they were no longer being found in the wild, at least in any number, and some believe them to be extinct. Well, it turned out that there happened to be another... hey guys, I'm on camera. How's it going? It turned out that there was another population of these fish, and they were in the Henan province off the coast on an island off China. Now, these are a beautiful little fish, and they're not under intense light right here, and so because of that, you won't be seeing how vivid they really are. What happened is I went and bought these fish, and I thought that they'd be going into my Southeast Asian tank, and it turns out that they actually like much cooler water. And I spaced, I didn't know, I thought because these were the southern population that is completely separate from the northern population, that they were more used to warmer weather, and so I went ahead and bought these because they were in a tank that was 78 degrees and going into a tank that was 78 degrees. Well, turns out that upon more research, these really prefer 55 at the low end to 75 at the high end for their water, with really 60 being kind of ideal. And so for now, they're going to be living here in a fishbowl type setup. And let me just explain the fishbowl a teeny bit. In here, we've got two males and a female. We've got manzanita driftwood, actual driftwood from pulled out of the water, and then it was boiled, so was the sand, and so were the rocks in here. And then we have some Java moss, and we have some water wisteria, or wisteria that's in its water form, and then we have water lettuce, and a blooming air plant, and some moss that's just a hanging type moss, as well as some Cypress helferi. Now, this Cypress helferi will grow very fast under the right conditions and light, as will a lot of things in the tank, the wisteria being the most notorious. And that is on purpose because I want this tank to be minimal work, and it's just going to hold over until it's warm enough outside that we're not getting freezes anymore. And I can put these guys in a pond, even just a Rubbermaid in the ground, or a bucket, or a planter you can turn into a pond. You can have a water garden with lilies, or any sort of lily pads, or water, floating water top plants, and of course you could use lotus, things like that, and have a nice garden over the summer. And with these guys, they're egg scatterers, and the females being whiter and a little less vivid in color, whereas the males have the brighter red and yellow. And we'll take you over to the other tank because I haven't moved the last one yet, and you'll be able to see how bright they are. But in this tank also, I put a couple snails in there, and then in the sand, in the substrate, there is a good chunk of batting from the filter, which is all primed with beneficial bacteria to kind of get it going. Now, if you do that, you can also introduce ammonia into the system, so you want to rinse it and make sure that that is off first and out of there. But what I did is I soaked that in a dechlorinated water from the fish tank, and then I added a third of fish tank water with some good protozoa, bacteria, plankton, that kind of stuff, and then also new tap water. And in Seattle, our TDS is very, very low, like 40 parts per million or something like that for the dissolved solids. And so it's a great water medium to start with, but then from there you want to enrich it with things. And here you can see that this is a longer fin variety. These are still young, but as they get older, they are more and more elongated in their pectoral and in their anal fins and their tail fins. They really get and their dorsal fin. All those fins get really long, and it's got bright red at the end, and then a yellow to almost a greenish hued yellow and orange. It's kind of hard to describe in between. Let me try to show you if you can kind of see what I'm talking about here. Now, the placement of this, it's a little overkill, and I don't know how I like it yet, but I put them in the bathroom because they get some natural sunlight. We only have so much room here, and this is a temporary arrangement. But hopefully, between all the plants in here, and also I've got some Sterogen repens, and then some the water lettuce on top. Hopefully that and the quick growing water wisteria will suck the ammonia and nitrates out of there pretty well on top of that batting that's in there. I may chop this down, I may finagle it a little bit, or Dremel this out and put another plant in on there. Maybe some ferns in there that are growing out of it. But I really like how I was able to put it in a corner with the mirror, because you can see the fish from every angle. So I think my battery's going to die here soon, and that's okay because it's a quick video in any case. But I just wanted to thank you for watching, and to consider getting either white cloud mountain minnows, or mountain minnows, or golden cloud minnows, or golden white clouds, white cloud minnows, albino white clouds. They have a lot of different names, but they're all derived from this they're all in the same species, basically, and now they are alive in the wilderness once more in their isolated Henan province, and they've been reintroduced into the wild as well. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe. If you have any questions and or need any help with anything, let me know. These will be great outside in the summer. They'll eat the bugs, and then they'll also reproduce on their own, and then you can sell them or give them to friends or whatnot. Before I go, I also wanted to say that my fish are already in schools, but they need to go to college, and the only way to go to college after they've already gone to school for you is to help them out on Patreon, because I'm non-monetized. Sorry, I know that was a really cheesy joke. But so here is a female, less colorful, yeah, she won't stand still, version of a white cloud for you. Or white cloud is the species of fish, whereas it is a variant known as the red meteor, or the meteor minnow. And they're very quick. When this one's alone now, it's confused, and so it does best in groups, in mountain streams, things like that. But the other ones have been so much more lively. This one has been freaking out since it's alone, but the other ones just came to life, even in that small container for now, because of the water temperature change. But beautiful fish, and I just wanted you guys to learn a little bit about it. Thanks for checking in. Take care of yourself, take care of your fish, and keep on swimming, guys. Talk to you next time.